Perseverance. Continued effort to do or achieve something despite difficulties, failure, or opposition. What's up guys, it's Dominic. Thank you for coming back to my channel. I appreciate you being here, and today I'm talking to you about perseverance. So who am I talking to right now? Well, I'm really talking to the 20-year-old me. I'm talking to the dreamers, the hustlers, the entrepreneurs out there. I'm talking to those that are sick, those that are hopeless, and those that are fighting an uphill battle, fighting for a job, fighting to get through school, fighting for an education. I'm talking to those who are fighting through an illness, those who don't feel good, that see no way out. I'm talking to you in whatever battle you're fighting, in whatever situation that you're in. I'm talking to you right now and telling you there is a way out, and it's perseverance. There are only two paths. There is one path that accepts failure, that accepts fear, that allows fear to conquer them and allows their fears to take them down and keep them where they are. Really, it leads to stagnation. It leads to staying exactly where you are and not improving at all. And for some of you, maybe that's okay. Some of you are content. Being where you are and being happy in the moment is perfectly fine. But for others like me and 20-year-old me, being content is not an option. Staying still is not an option because you're not growing and you're not getting better. For those of you who have an illness, for those of you who think there is no cure and no way out, for those of you who have been told by doctor after doctor that, hey, you're stuck where you are, you're enduring pain and there's no way to move forward, or we don't know, we simply don't know what's wrong with you. You can't stay still. You have to keep searching, you have to keep hope. Someone out there knows something that can help you. There's some cure out there for what situation you're in. There's some doctor that has a new treatment that he's testing that can help you feel better. So keep your hope alive. Staying still isn't an option for you. You have to keep moving forward. You have to be your own researcher. You have to be your own doctor. Keep looking, keep searching. Someone out there has been in your situation before, and someone out there has gotten better and conquered your illness. Don't accept the opinion of 1, 2, 3, or 4 doctors. Keep looking. Keep talking to everyone out there. Keep searching the world for a doctor that can help you, that's willing to give you a shot. Because someone out there knows something that can help you. There's another path, and that path is persistence. That path is determination. That path is not accepting failure, not allowing your fears to keep you where you are. That path is not allowing fears to take you down and not accepting those fears. But instead, that path is perseverance. Allowing those fears and failures to be accepted and to conquer them, to learn from your fears, to learn from your failures. Yes, perseverance keeps you going. It's continued effort, never stopping, never giving up. And you know what? You will fail. You won't succeed in your first time, your second time, your third time. You may not succeed on your 50th time. But you know what? Perseverance is continued movement, always moving forward. You accept your failures. You learn from your failures and you realize what you did wrong, and you change your actions and you move forward. Dreams without actions are just people thinking. You have to take determined actions on every one of your dreams. You want to learn, if you want to get to a place that you've never been, you need to be persistent and do things that you've never done. Failure is only failure if you give up. Persistence is the only way to succeed. There are so many people out there with success stories that have been persistent and fought through so much more adversity than you and I face right now. I don't know your situation, I only know my situation, but I know I've given up way too soon on situations where I could have pushed forward and been way more successful than I am right now. But instead I gave up. And the only thing I can do at this point is learn from those failures. I failed to continue going and I gave up and I gave in to fears. I gave in to lack of hard work. I gave in to laziness. I gave in to being content with where I was. And that's not an option anymore because I want to win. And I want to win now. Ooh, that's deep. Briones is bringing it today. So let's learn from a few examples. Let me tell you about some people that I've learned about recently. There was a singer who first came out with a gospel album that sold only 200 copies. After that, her first label dropped her and went out of business. After that, she signed with another label. That label stuck with her for a year after dumping her and telling her, you will not ever make it in this business. Signing with her third label, that label told her, you'll never make it solo, and they had to put her in a band. They put her in a band called The Matrix, which never even released one album. 80% into the project, they said, we're wasting our money, you guys won't be successful, and they kicked her to the curb. After 3 failed attempts of signing with labels, she continued pushing forward. She stayed persistent. She continued hard work. She took odd jobs. She ended up even being a backup singer, doing backup vocals for other singers. Finally, landing another record label. This record label gave her a chance. She ended up recording a song called I Kissed a Girl, and Katy Perry is now a multi-million-dollar success and one of the biggest singers in the world. One of my favorite stories, I actually did more research on it later, was about an author. This author got rejected by 12 different publishers. 12 different publishers. I probably wouldn't have stuck with it after the 4th or 5th publisher turned me down, but she kept going. She really believed in her book. At the same time being turned down by 12 publishers, she was going through a divorce, a single mom living in a small apartment with her daughter. She lived on government subsidies, basically on welfare, being completely poor. Being a single mom, going through a divorce, getting turned down by 12 publishers isn't enough. Her mother just died from MS. Dead broke, no options, struggling to survive as a single mother. J.K. Rowling ended up actually getting her book published and went on to be the 2nd richest female in the world today. Another story I love is about a young entrepreneur looking to start a coffee shop. I know you all thinking you know where this is going, but young entrepreneur with his pregnant wife with their first child, looking to get financing for his coffee shop, went to 1, not 2, not 10, not 20 banks for financing. He got turned down by 242 different banks looking for financing for his first project. Howard Schultz ended up finding private financing through 3 individuals that believed in his vision, believed in him, and believed in his project. He ended up opening Starbucks coffee shop and now is a multi-billionaire. I can't imagine going and getting turned down by 242 different banks while my wife is pregnant with our first child. That level of persistence is what it's all about. That level of persistence is how he made it. That will push him forward. There was no way Howard Schultz was gonna fail. Hey babe, if you're watching this, if I get turned down by 242 banks in my next project, give me a shot, okay? Don't be mad at me. One of my all-time favorite stories right here. This individual, he applied for 30 different jobs and got rejected by all of them. He failed school miserably. He was a horrible student. He failed primary testing in elementary school, middle school, and in high school. Like basically just an awful student. He applied for KFC and got turned down. Not just turned down, 24 people applied to KFC, him being one of them, and 23 of them got the job. He was the only person that didn't get a job from KFC in the entire group that was applying. Like, I can't think of a time when I would feel worse about myself than that situation right there. He then went to go try to join the police force. 5 people applied for the police force, 4 of them got a job. He again was the only person that didn't get a job out of the group. He applied for Harvard 10 times and 10 times got turned down. Interview I watched, he said, I knew I was gonna get turned down, but I just kept trying and trying just for the hell of it because I wanted to see. Like that's persistence. After all this, Jack Ma ended up creating Alibaba and is now a multi-billionaire with one of the biggest businesses in the world. He's credited with saying, there's only one thing, never giving up. And that's a true testament of determination, of persistence. That's the level of persistence that I look up to, that I aspire to have. I don't have that. Like right now, I can tell you right now, if I went to KFC and there were 25 people in the room and 24 of them got a job and I didn't, like I would be so down on myself. I wouldn't keep pushing forward with whatever it is. I mean, I don't even know. Like that's low, man. Like I would not feel good about myself in that situation. The last story I have is about an entrepreneur in the restaurant industry. After failing miserably throughout his life, getting his first Social Security check at the age of 65 plus, Colonel Sanders opened Kentucky Fried Chicken. That story is another successful story about persistence and working hard and determination, but really what that story brings to mind is that no age is too old. Age is just a number. If you have a dream and you have a vision and you want to get after it, Colonel Sanders went successful at like 65 plus years old. You're not too old. If he could do it, you can do it. There's no difference between him and you, and all he had was fried chicken as a product. He fried chicken, homie fried chicken at 65 years old and became a successful millionaire with one of the biggest businesses in the industry right now. All of that brings me to this, and the whole reason I'm making this video. What are you gonna do? There's only 2 options. You can charge forward or you can stay still. And today I want to tell you that you can move forward. You can get past whatever problem, whatever objective that you're facing right now, you could get past it. There is always hope. There is always determination. I'm really here to tell you and tell myself that persistence is everything. Hard work, determination, keep going. Don't ever give up. Don't ever stop. Don't ever let anyone tell you you can't, because you can. We can all get past where we are. We can all get better and we can all learn. The end is not where you fail. The end is where you give up. And that's something that I really need to keep remembering moving forward. Like persistence is everything. So with that, I say, thank you for watching this video. If you know someone that's going through something, a situation or an uphill battle that they're dealing with, please send them this video. Comment below, let me know what you're going through. I'd love to hear it. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you being here. Peace.